Hello, and welcome to the next episode in this vlog based upon the nature of code, but using Haxe and OpenFL. So when we left off in the last episode, we were just wrapping up with our random walker that moved in 8 directions, and if you did the homework, perhaps it also moves and changes size at the same time, like that. And actually, you know what? Since we're recording in 30 frames per second, let's put this in 30 frames per second so that I can kind of see what you see. Because perhaps, okay, there we go. Alright, anyways, last episode, yes, we're finishing up section 1, or not 1, but I1, and now we're going to go into I2. Whoa, that was weird. Jumped up really quick. We're going to go into I2, which is about random number distribution. So as just as a quick summary of what we're going to be doing, if you notice when we just randomly choose a number, like each of these is a section and it's randomly distributed, it's pretty even all the way across, and it's essentially maintaining a straight line going upward. But in reality, in nature, things really don't always end up that way. They usually end up following a bell curve like this. So we're going to go into some of these ideas before we move on. So let's take a look. So first, let's make this kind of display like this. So we have this chunk of code here. So let's make this. So it jumped up again. That's weird. Why does it do that? Alright, so let's go into our project, and we're going to clear out the walker code. Let's just comment it out for now. Like that. Our walker. Your delta stuff is the same. That's going to stay the same. We don't need the walker there, and we don't need the walker there. So, looking at the code, it's going to make an array that keeps track of how many of these random numbers there are. And essentially, then it draws each of the items in this in this array. So we could just make an array. Should we make a new class? Shouldn't be necessary. So we'll just make an array in here. So this will be a private variable. Just so it keeps the same name, we'll random counts. Random counts, and this is an array of integers. And if you remember, in some languages arrays have fixed sizes, but I think here in Hex you can always add stuff at the end of them, so should be pretty easy to handle. So let's just make a new array. So random counts equals new array. Whoops, no. Array of integers. And then we need to run the constructor on the new array. And I guess following their form, it's 20 items long. So Actually, that's not very important. We'll just leave it as is. Or should we make them zeros? Yeah, let's run a little loop here. So for I, oh no, I'm thinking of loops in another thing real quick. What is it for? Yeah, I in 0 ... we'll just put 20 as they have, and we will make it add 0 on this. So random counts, push, and we're gonna push 0 like that. So it's just gonna make put 20 zeros inside of this array, and its length will be 20 by the end of it. So here we have our 20 items long array. So next, let's randomly pick a random number and increase the count. So actually, let's do this. We're going to make a private variable of, we'll just call it, let's just call it number of counts. And that'll just be an integer. And we'll just set it to 20. And down here, instead of 20, we'll put number of counts, like that. Because I think that's going to be useful for us in a second. So we have our array. So each time we update it, let's put, this is where we're going to do our number crunching and add a number to a random position in the array. So let's do this. Let's see. We need math random times number of counts. So this will give us a number between 0 and 20, but not 20, so 0 to 19. But then we need to make it an integer, so let's surround it with a math floor, like that. So this is going to send back a position of, this thing. And let's just make a quick variable to hold it, and let's call it, let's see, what are they doing here? I think they just kind of randomly do it. Randomly. So I'll just call this position. So var position, which is an integer, equals this random position. Let's call it random position. Random position. And then in our, what did we call it? Random counts. At that random position, I think we can just put plus, no? Plus equals 1. Does that work? Why is it not? Weird. Oh, maybe. Is that right? I feel a little weird. It feels like it should be highlighted a little bit different. But maybe I'm imagining it. So random counts, random position, plus, like that. And then let's trace random counts. So I think as is, we should... Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it's randomly adding 1 to a random position in the array. So, how do we make this manifest itself in those little boxes? So let's do that. So let's comment out this, and inside of our draw, let's make a little thing. Let's make a new one. This will be private function draw array, and it's not gonna take anything, and it's not gonna return anything. And okay, good. So what this is going to do is it's going to take our array and draw boxes on the screen, which is pretty easy. So how do we know how many boxes and how high, and what do we do? So we have our array, and let's say we have a box in 0. We want to draw that box. Then we want to draw what numbers in the 1 position inside the array, and then 2, and so on. So we're going to need a loop. So this will be for I in 0 ... random counts length. We want to take random counts I. Let's see. Let's store... Well, that already has that, so... Okay, yeah, that should be fine. So, first, we want to draw a rectangle, right? So, let's say this graphics draw rect. And this rectangle we want to start it from the bottom of the screen. So the X position for the first box will be 0 for X, right? So this first time through the loop, I will be 0. And then the next time the loop, it should be the width of the screen divided by the number of things that we need. So let's just put we'll do I times, and then let's call this let's say screen division. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll just do Control-Shift-I. No, I won't. Let's just make a quick variable up here. Screen div. And actually, let's do this outside of the for loop so that we don't keep creating it new each time. Var screen div equals this stage width divided by random counts, the number of times we need to divide it. So random counts length again. Okay, so it's going to put X there. And then how tall should it be? It should be, let's see. So it's going to change with each time it grows. So let's just make it 1 pixel per number. Per 1. 1 per pixel. If that makes sense. So we'll just take the value of random counts.I. So that'll bring back the number. Okay. So how wide should it be? It should be the width of the screen division. Oh wait, you know what? I did that wrong. The Y position will always be the maximum. It's going to be at the bottom of the screen, so it's going to be this stage height. So it's always going to be at the bottom of the screen. Okay? So the width is going to be the screen division, and the height of the box is going to be the value inside of that section. So random counts dot I, not dot, but bracket I. But one thing we need to remember is that positive numbers go down in the Y position, so it needs to be negative, negative random counts I, like that. And I think I did that right. So I think we have our, let's just double check real quick, Control-Shift-Space. Yep, okay. And then that should be everything. So inside here, we'll just put draw array, like that. And when we push play, did I do that right? Let's hope so. We should get little blue-gray boxes slowly crawling up the screen, like that. Easy, right? So yeah, good. I'm curious. I've never really done this before, but I wonder if we can get the lines around the box like that. Can we add a stroke to these at all? I'm gonna do a quick search and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Yes, it was actually very easy to do. All we had to do was, after the fill, we used this graphics line style. And with that, you can choose the, yeah, let's take a quick look inside. If I do Control-Shift-Space, you can choose the first number is the thickness, the second of the line, the second is the color of the line, and then the alpha of the line. And then after that we have some other things that for now we don't really need to worry about. But yeah, that's basically how you put lines around your shapes with code. Okay, so yes, that's how we make this evenly distributed thing, like this. Alright, so okay, we're going to end this episode here. Yeah, we're getting a bit long in the length of this video. I guess long in the length, that's how length works. But anyways, I don't think there's any homework specifically, but I think what you have here can be kind of fun to play with. You know, change some of the numbers around, like how many numbers are inside of there, how quickly it raises. Right now it's going up by 5. Something else that could be interesting is like, right now all the boxes are this grayish blue. How could we have it change color depending on how tall the box is? Maybe that could be your homework. Yeah, have it change color depending on how tall the box is. Do you know how that would work? I think it might be quite interesting to give that a try. You might have to move some of the code around, but I think you should be alright. So, yeah, give that a try for homework. So there is homework. Change the color of the boxes depending on the height of the box. Okay, so I'll catch you next time. See you later.